The Solar Knight logo is designed. I'm stoked to show it to you guys soon, and I will probably do t-shirts for you as soon as possible. So please let me know if you'd be interested in that. You can tell me in a super chat even. I'd appreciate that. Jamie Lynn, thank you for your detailed response. You know it, Jamie. We'll set up a call next week. Big Game James. Hi, Theo, bro. What is your opinion on eating grass-fed meat for gains opposed to grain-fed? Like this is one of those questions that it kind of, it's, you know, the thing is grain-fed, it's not the end of the world. And grain-fed, to my understanding in most places, like here, they are just grain-fed for a long time, but they will have a period when they're grass-fed too. And so, you know, I understand that the fat, like fatty acid ratio is a little bit different, slightly more optimal in the grass-fed one. So it's like, if you have access to and can afford grass-fed meat, obviously I think it's a better choice. But what I don't like, not with your question here really, but some of these accounts that are like carnivore accounts, or I mean at least more meat-based diets than the mainstream, and when they always emphasize this grass-fed meat, like fucking you know, seahorse tongue or something, you know, these obscure things. Seahorse tongue, I never heard anyone say, you know, but these obscure things that, you know, are great if you have access to, but it can make people, you know, it can have the same fear-mongering effect when you feel like you live in the city and like, fuck, I don't even, in Sweden here, I don't even have access to raw milk. I can only get pasteurized milk, you know, and grass-fed, I don't even know. They don't specify in the store, like, do I have to look everything up? You know, you scare people when you always emphasize this so much, you know, I feel like. So it's like, yeah, almost any diet, you can do well on so many different diets. Like, I'm very pro a lot of meat, but I've seen now people that for them personally, they can make it work with less meat than that. But it's really about whole foods. That's like a vegan diet that I'm personally not very pro at all, you know. But with whole foods, with good food choices and no seed oils, it's still a good vegan diet is still better than a shitty standard American diet that also contains some meat, right? So that would be my thing with all of this. Like, there are better choices. The more organic and nice, you know, less contaminated, all of this, you can get your food, that your food has eaten a good diet too, like we're talking about here with the grass-fed versus grain-fed. But, you know, you can't opt fully, and that's okay. You know, I mean, I have to do some suboptimal choices like that. I grass-fed meat I actually get from my butcher, but some other, you know, like the milk, the dairy products, I can't get the raw stuff here. But I seem to be doing fine on the right dose, and you know, so this is kind of the thing. Always go for it. If you can, in this case, can you have grass-fed? Sure, but it's not the end of the world if you don't have access to that. Again. Theo, what do you think about Serge Nubret's training program about lightweight plus volume working better than plus weight minus volume for hypertrophy?